Hello there, everyone. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to discuss ARC with your teams and the people around you. My name is David Lane, and I am the Head of Innovation and Strategic Alliance at ARC. ARC was established in 2010 and is headquartered in Belfast. This gives us a very good geographical position because we can cover the UK regulations as well as the European Union's. We are known for first-in-human translational medicine supporting precision therapeutics in early phase clinical trials. This includes working with pharmaceutical partners, diagnostic and laboratories as well. We have experience with registrational trials as well as their submissions, and this is to ensure that we meet all ethical requirements and patient safety needs as well. We have expertise in the USA, rest of world, and especially in the IVD part of the world in the EU. We ensure that we meet Annex 14 performance study requirements, in-house testing and general IVDR readiness for your business. We can also run as an IVD CRO covering end-to-end clinical research from investigator and site identification to that final study closeout. We have also developed an online platform which is called ARC 360, and it gives you information in regards to sample sites as well as central testing labs and their regulations and their requirements to meet your needs in the clinical trial. Here's a summary slide in regards to ARC's experience. As you can see, we have worked with 50 biomarker programs and working with 10 of the top 15 global pharma partners. We have worked and completed 150 projects, working across 40 different pharma diagnostic and laboratory clients. In addition to this, we have experience in regards to site initiation visit, interim monitoring visits and closeout visits. We have completed at least 700 of these, and this number is always growing. We have a group of 25 staff, which again is also growing with the business, which includes contractors to allow us flex, but also contractors to meet global requirements where it may be in Asia Pac region, in the US or in Europe. Everyone in the business is important to ARC. However, as you can see here, these are our heads of department and C-suite people that work on these projects for you. And this should help you in regards to escalation if anything were to occur that may go awry, or whether we need to have an agreement in regards on how we move forward. Our experience is set across several therapeutic areas. All projects tend to run a little bit similar. However, there are nuances in different therapeutic areas, as everyone will agree. We have cell and gene therapy, oncology, hematology, neurology, rare diseases, infectious diseases, as well as diabetes, and this is our experience within our business. Slide that represents where ARC can fit with your business. At the top, you'll see a standard drug clinical trial plan, and below you'll see where ARC is able to fit. We have several different departments, which includes clinical operations, regulatory, quality, and other supporting services, which include clinical trial associates, CRAs, as well as our project managers and clinical study leads. In our clinical department, we are separated by clinical operations, clinical site monitoring, and clinical affairs experience. So in regards to clinical operations, we have a global network of experts. We would help with site selection, document management, ethics submissions, monitoring and compliance, and the activation of your site. Our global clinical monitoring group, they will work as CRAs within our business and run to relevant sites, whether it be in the US, Asia, or Europe, and it would help monitor those programs as well as close out the programs for you, ensuring that the data is applicable and that you're meeting all the relevant requirements, whether it be ISO standards or GCP. Our clinical affairs group also works in regards to evidence compilation, regulatory insights, clinical performance study documentation, and regulatory alignment. In our regulatory group, we can help with regulatory strategy. We have experience with the development of US submission strategies, working with the PMDA in pre-consultation in Japan, and we can also do some gap analysis and remediation work for your technical files if they are starting from an IVDD perspective and upgrading them to an IVDR. In addition to that, we can support with regulatory submissions, and that's integrated development through the submission process, working with a general project first and then helping with the localization of that product to meet all the relevant local requirements. We can help with post-submission support, ethics notifications, and Annex 14 submission support as well. We can also act as a legal representative, which is why the geographical position of Northern Ireland is so important. If you don't have a footprint within the EU, we can help support that, and you can delegate all that work to ARC, where effectively we would take responsibility for all that work and report back to you. However, it's important to understand that you would still be accountable for that work as well. The regulatory group also helps in regards to medical writing, and that works closely with our clinical group as well. So we can help in regards to IVD and CDX study protocols, IVDR performance evaluation documentation, investigative brochures, clinical monitoring plans, and clinical study reports as well. With our regulatory and clinical groups, we also include a quality group as well. We help in regards to QMS auditing, so we can help in support of BIMO with a mock audit or in regards to inspection readiness. We also have supplier and vendor management audits, and we can help in regards to non-conformance and CAPA management as well. We also help in regards to picking the right sites for your clinical trial, so we can do diligence for those laboratories and diagnostic partners as well. We have a quality management system that we work to, which is 13485, and we can help in regards to SOP development, GCP oversight, operational excellence, remediation and transition and standardization to the relevant ISO requirements or global requirements that you need. In regards to compliance, we have experience across ISO 13485, 15189 and 17025, but also in regards to the 21 CFR compliance to 820, as well as IEC 620304. So previously I have introduced you to our consultancy side of the business. In addition to that, we have specific products that we offer to different pharma partners, diagnostic partners or laboratories that would help move their product forward in the most efficient manner and a most timely manner. One of these is called our study sponsor delegation. And classically, we would normally see a device sponsor with a pharma partner, with a device sponsor taking all that responsibility in regards to the documentation in place, as well as submission to the relevant national competent authorities. In regards to what's happening currently, we are seeing that a lot of that responsibility is being pushed towards the pharma partner. So the pharma partner is now acting as a device sponsor, and they don't necessarily have the QMSs or SOPs in place to run an IVD study because they concentrate on the drug. This is where ARC would come in, and this is where you could actually outsource that responsibility to ARC, and we would work and run this project for you. So how would ARC support your pharma regulatory needs? There's vendor identification and qualification, clinical study design, CTA study approvals, essential documentation development for that clinical trial, the CTA study conduct, and the clinical testing site monitoring. But why would you delegate to us? We've got the real world experience for the IVD sponsor responsibilities. Our QMS processes has proven to show know-how, and you can actually plug into our QMS, and effectively we already have those SOPs in place. It ensures sponsor oversight, GCP monitoring, provides some capacity to your team because obviously you might not be as large as you would expect to be. We set clear roles and responsibilities at the start of the product, so we make it very clear who's responsible for what at a task level. And we ensure regulatory compliance and extensive clinical monitoring experience as well. So on this slide here, what you can see for sponsorship delegation is this effectively is a one-pager that tells you everything that ARC can do. We can run as an IVD vendor and testing site selection. We can help with the study design and regulatory strategy, as I've said, the IVD study approach, essential documentation, IVD study conduct, as well as the clinical testing site monitoring as well until closeout of the study. ARC can also support in regards to training and education. We can help support your training online, so this would be through our learning management system that is part of ARC 360, and it can help you prepare for certain things through that course period. And we do it in a different way where it's not necessarily just a bunch of information on a page. It'll help with regards to carousels, pictures, pop quizzes, just to help your learning and improving your own knowledge. This includes topics such as IVDR, performance evaluation, safety reporting, ISO 13485, notified bodies and competent authorities, ID, BIMO, regulatory process, and the list goes on. We can also deliver this face-to-face in person if that's your preference. We can go to site, we have a prep day, and then we can actually act as a workshop for you to make sure that your team understands exactly what we're trying to get through. And virtually, we can also do this from a team's perspective as well. We've had experience in all choices that you see on this page, and they're all just as effective as each other. One of our other products as well is ARC360 Regulatory Intelligence Platform. And this is a system that will help you in regards to how to plan your project and to run your project in future and determine where you might find the risk timelines or anything that might prove to be a barrier for you. So in regards to the system itself, it has access to central laboratories across several different countries. There's unlimited access to different sample collection sites. There's downloadable content in regards to workflows, central lab, setup checklists, etc., as well as CPSPs, GSPRs, and IB templates as well. The most important section, I would feel, is the study collaboration workspace, where it records submission progress across the different countries, and it's a task tracker for each one of your groups as well. And multiple people can go into this section of ARC360, and it's been proving quite a very good reporting tool for senior management. So what you see effectively is a project plan for that specific project, and it will tell you the percentages that have been completed, whether it be down to looking at the information, delivering that information, and actually sending for actual approval as well. There are learning and insights on ARC360 as well as SME support as part of that program as well. So if you had questions, anything particular to ARC360, our team will help to support you as well. So as with any sort of digital platform, there are always a need to improve, and we have some features for tomorrow. So we are looking to gather and notify administrators of any updated country content, whether that be through certain notifications. So you can go into the system and know straight away what's been updated. Send automated notifications to those end users as well, and additional submission and other functionality. So the plan is to actually have this system to look and submit this product and these ethical requirements to the national competent authorities as needed, and making sure that everything is in place and there are no gaps within the documents that you've completed as well. Training toolkit and the actual intelligence information that's held within ARC360. We also have the laboratory toolkit, and it's a self-serve tool for labs and health institutions, and it has documents in there and checklists in there for the health institutions to bring them up to an IVDR standard or a global requirement standard. And this includes documentation for ISO 15189, ISO 14971, IVDR intended purpose and GSPR checklists, and ISO 13485. And again, just like our learning system, this is done in different ways because people learn in different ways. So you'll have pop quizzes, carousels, as well as information on a page as well as videos. So here is a recap of all the information that I've just shared with you, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have via email. My email address is shared within this presentation and by the people that help support this. But effectively what we've talked about is quality assurance, regulatory compliance, clinical operations, clinical protocol development, global site monitoring, IVD and CDX clinical study sponsor delegation, laboratory services, training and education, and digital solutions as well. So what I wanted to share here is two of our many testimonies that we have from different companies, and I will leave this up for 30 seconds just for you to read through some of the nice kind feedback that we've had as a business, and in regards to our values as well. As it was alluded to in the presentation, ARC have a global footprint. We are based in Northern Ireland, so we can cover in regards to the UK and the EU regulations. But in addition to that, we have people in the US, in the Middle East, in China, in Asia, and as well as in Australia. So if there's any needs that you need in regards to monitoring or running a clinical trial, we are there and to help to support. Thank you everyone for your time, and I really appreciate this opportunity to have talked to you. My email address will be shared with the team here, but in addition to that, we have a website that you're welcome to join, and we are also on LinkedIn. So I look forward to talking to any of you, and thank you for your time.